Hello everyone, welcome back to Andreas and Andreas. Today we're starting the Zero Side Mission string. Widely considered to be one of the hardest series of missions in the game. We're starting with Air Raid here.
Hey, what up, Z?
Nothing is up, Carl, apart from my blood pressure and the imminent collapse of my hopes and dreams.
Why?
As usual, the forces of darkness have triumphed over good. Life is nothing but misery, briefly interspersed with agony.
Wow.
Homie, what you on? Whatever it is, you need to reduce the dosage.
Excuse me, but I never take drugs. We all know drugs are for losers and/or sex maniacs. And right now, sex is the last thing on my mind.
Thank God for that.
Berkeley is back.
Oh, Berkeley.
Yes.
Who the fuck is Berkeley?
Oh, just a man I once beat in fair competition. A man literally obsessed with revenge.
Oh, you putting hands on him?
No, please. I never initiate violence.
Oh, I know. You knocked this bitch.
No. I won the prize in the science. First prize, that is.
And now you want to pop you? And they say gangbangers is petty and small-minded. Hey, what's that bleeping sound?
That's him. We shall fight to the end. Berkeley's launched a full-scale attack.
This is insanity!
All batteries commence fire. He's going for my transmitters. If he takes them out, I'll never be able to launch a counterattack.
No problem, man, but they're only toys.
They're not toys. They're just smaller.
Alright, so we gotta use this minigun to eliminate these planes.
Bogeys at 12 o'clock.
And he'll kind of call out the planes too. This is widely considered to be one of the hardest missions in the game, because just all these planes can swarm you pretty fast, and you can actually they can easily destroy your radio towers. Nice Star Wars reference there. Thing is, I've never had a problem with this mission. Every time I've tried it, even in my first playthrough, I easily passed this mission. I'm not sure if they like nerfed it for the newer PC versions, or if it's just because the people that complained about it were on console and that was just hard. But all you gotta do is just make sure you're kind of shooting the planes a little early. They go down really quickly, as long as you're aiming properly, and they'll really never touch your radio towers. Well, I say that and they just touched them a little bit, but still, if you just get them out, take them out early. I've never failed this mission. The only time on my first playthrough I did have to redo it because there is a bug at the end where I believe an RPG, where the RPG should be, it'll like glitch out and it won't be visible. So if you try to aim with that weapon, the game crashes, so I had to redo the mission because I accidentally did that and my game crashed. But I still passed it my second try flawlessly, just like my first try. And on this attempt I did really good too, so I'm not sure what all the hubbub is about this mission being hard. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, because as you'll see later in this playthrough, I do some very questionable things on some of the easier missions in the game. But yeah, I haven't had many problems with this mission ever. The next mission, on the other hand, my god. My god. We'll talk about that when we get to it. Just so you know, this whole episode is dedicated to Zero's missions. There's only 3 of them, and once you do all 3 of those, you get Zero's stores and asset. So these are all asset missions, technically, so yeah, that's all I'm doing this episode, is getting these out of the way. I tried to show off all the asset missions, at least the ones that I knew were in the game, so if I missed some, sorry, but I'm pretty sure I got all of them. I wanted to try to show off every single mission that you can possibly do in the game. So time's coming up soon, and we are doing pretty well. Don't shoot Zero, by the way, it's a bad idea. You kind of fail the mission if you do that. As you can see, you can just kind of spray in the plane's direction, and you'll get it. It's like, I don't know if it's just my bad graphic settings, but they kind of popped in sort of close. So that's why I was sort of spraying in their direction before they got near the area, just so I can at least get that. So I waited until they popped in, like right when they popped in, I probably would have had a lot more damage taken to the radio tower. As you can see from the left side, that's usually when they come in groups of 3, so if you just get all 3 of them down quickly, you don't have to worry about those. Anyway, that's the mission.
Berkeley! As long as we have opposable thumbs, we will fight you!
Opposable thumbs.
Well done, Carl. Now leave. I must prepare for the battles ahead. Never have so few owed so many. Too little, 3... No, that's not it. What is it? We will fight him on the beach.
He's trying to do the Winston Churchill quote. A lot of little references in that mission. So I decided, as you can see up there, it shows like the little invisible weapon. Do not try to aim that or else your game will crash. So I actually sort of casually walked all the way back. Now I should have cut this before, but I'm stupid. Anyway, we're going to hop right into the next mission right here. Well, before we do that, I'm going to show you a little bit of Zero's RC shop. There's a lot of cool little things in here. Well, you have your standard RC vehicles, but if you actually look around in different parts of the store, which I should be looking around soon. If you look on some certain shelves, Hydra, that's actually a vehicle in this game. Like right here, you can actually find Manhunt action figures. I believe that's the main character of the game, unless I'm wrong. I haven't played Manhunt yet. That's Tommy Vercetti from Vice City. Cool thing there. Lance Vance. God damn, I love Vice City. So yeah, you can see all those. There's also, I believe, Pigsy's right there from Manhunt. Yeah, there's Pigsy. So yeah, there's some cool little references from that. I kind of like it. Anyway, I decided to hop out. We're gonna start this next mission, which is supply lines.
Hey, Z, where you at?
Go away, Carl. I'm very, very busy back here. Top secret stuff, not for your eyes. Too sensitive.
Come on, homie, where are you?
I said go away, Carl. I don't need any friends today. Thank you.
CJ's laugh is priceless.
Strong draws.
Yes, my hero. Carl, he came back and humiliated me. I shall probably turn to prostitution now, where I will be found dead and broken. I am a 28-year-old man whose landlord just helped him down from a hook from which I had been hanging from my underwear, contemplating my inadequacy for nearly 2 hours. Ow, my crack.
Look, you gotta get even, homie. What kind of weapons you got?
I've got a prototype of a miniature plane.
Well, with that plane, we gonna go humiliate Burke.
Okay, cool.
Man, this ridiculous.
That went right up my crack.
Alright.
Berkeley has his sycophantic lackeys do all his deliveries. Well, we shall hit him where it hurts the most. Bring his mail order model business to its knees.
Yep.
Launch the Red Baron.
The Red Baron is going to be what you're using in this mission. It's an RC plane, handles like ass. I mean, I'm dead serious. I mean, I guess it handles like most other planes. Actually, it probably handles better than the actual planes we'll be using later, but still, it's sort of hard to use, especially considering you have only a little gun on the front that you have to use to kill these people. Now, the best way to do this is probably to blow up the vehicle. If you land behind the vehicle before they sort of see you, you can just open fire on them, and you have a time limit here essentially with the fuel. It's not an outright time limit, but it pretty much might as well be a time limit. So you gotta kill the couriers that are actually in the vehicles. You don't, just blowing up the vehicle won't cut it. You actually have to kill the people. Usually they'll get out of the vehicle pretty quickly, and you can just sort of open fire on them. And like the mission said, getting up behind them first is probably the best way to do this. So you can sort of just keep spamming or holding down the fire button. Landing on the ground first helps, and as you can see, sometimes if you lose control, you'll go different places that you really don't want to go. I guess the one reason this mission is really hard for first-time players is because this is like your first time, and if you wait, I guess what you should really do is just wait until like after you've driven a plane before you do this mission. But if you haven't done that yet, you actually have to you have to learn how to fly a plane like from this mission, which can be kind of annoying because you don't know how to use this vehicle. Now, thankfully, I've played this game before many times, and I've played the multiplayer many times as well. So, needless to say, I'm quite well versed in the flying mechanics of this game. Now, you might not be able to tell from this, because this is a very shaky attempt here. But I'm trying my best. I was actually doing really good on this attempt. I got 3 of those like really quickly. Now the only problem is, no matter which way you do this mission, you're gonna have to like fly across the city a lot, because 2 people go to one part of the city, one side of the city. Through the other 3 kind of stay in this area where I'm at. So I'd probably advise going behind first and taking out these 2, and then coming back and get the other 2 or 3. But I guess doing it the way I did can work. It depends on how fast you are. Because after you kill these people, you still have to get the plane back to Zero's RC shop with the fuel you have, which can be pretty bad if you run out. As you can see, you have to travel a huge distance, and as you saw, the couriers will shoot at you. And that can be bad, because your plane can blow up. And when that happens, you fail the mission. So you might not want to get your plane blown up. Easier said than done, though. I guess you have to be really fast on the draw with how you take care of these people. Getting up behind them and just making sure you don't let up with your fire. You should be good. Actually, only a certain, I believe only like 2 of these will actually fire back at you. The others are, well, actually maybe they all fire back at you, but 2 of these vehicles, I believe, will stay in their they'll stay in the car, and the other vehicles will actually try to speed away from you while someone drive-bys from the passenger seat. So knowing which vehicles do that, that can also be quite an advantage to have. As you can see, this guy is going to that guy is going to I only had 1 more to go, which sucked. So yeah, those guys are drive-by shooters. So I had to redo the mission. Thankfully, I will say this attempt went successfully. Second try supply lines is actually not bad, considering I haven't played this game in forever. This is definitely one of the hardest missions in the game, needless to say. Definitely one of the harder missions in the game. Yeah, I know how to fly, guys. I've flown this game before. Oh, Jesus, this is terrible. But I got that one done really fast, which is good. It's kind of what you want to do. So when you start this mission, is try to just get them done as fast as possible. Faster the better. Yeah, see, this is good. This is some spicy shit. Now I decided after this I would go across the city now, rather than do it later. And yeah, this plane isn't the fastest. It's kind of fast actually, but it's still, it could be faster, sadly. Oh wait, really? Okay, I just looked on the wiki. I'm not sure if this is, if this applies to, it says in later editions in this game. I'm not sure if that applies to this version or not. But it said fuel wasn't dependent on time, but rather use. Now, I would assume it's only talking about, maybe not this version, but still, if it is, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. If they are talking about the later, if they're assuming that they're talking about this version, which I'm not sure. So the fuel is dependent on use and not time, so that means if you can glide, try to glide to save fuel. Now, I'm pretty sure in this version it's time-based, and not actual use-based. That's how it originally was. I could be wrong. They might have updated it. Not sure. That would make things a little bit easier, because that means you could actually save fuel. As long as you knew, like, gliding and whatnot. So this is pretty scary. Thankfully, the AI kind of bugged out there. They didn't try to drive away. So that was good. One more, and I have quite a hardy fuel capacity. Now see, that was pretty bad. You don't want to do stuff like that. You'll want to always be moving to your destination just to try to make sure you have the fuel you need. Some kind of bad luck there. But yeah, basically for planes, you can press Q. If you press the Q or E buttons, you actually sort of use the rudders to turn left or right. Which is really, I usually only use that if I'm on the ground. Other than that, you can sort of turn the wings with A and D, the keys, which is what I'm kind of doing right now. And try to make sort of sharp turns. If you want to make a really sharp turn, you hold the direction you want to go, and then like A or D, and then you hold down on the down arrow key, and you'll sort of do a sharp, you'll bank in that direction. And you'll be seeing me do that a lot later on to make quick 180 degree turns. Once you learn how to fly well in this game, it can be really fun. You can do some really cool stuff, especially with the fighter jet, which you only get to use in one mission. Although once you complete that mission, it actually spawns at the airfield that you get, so it's pretty fun. Oh my god, I'm spoiling everything in this game. I should probably stop. Okay. Actually, my fuel was maybe this version is not time based. I'm not sure. I don't feel like it should be going down that fast. Yeah, I had half a tank left, so this is actually pretty close. The game got really quiet for some reason. Heading down, there's the courier. I had to line this up. Beautiful. That was actually quite awesome what I did. Oh, no, that wasn't. This is another thing. Like I said, try not to do shit like this all the time. There you go. That should be good. There's the rooftop in sight. Also, just to land, all you really gotta do is just sort of decelerate a lot. And then just sort of ease it down. There you go.
Smell it. You know that ozone smell. Smells like victory.
Very nice. Second try supply lines. Awesome. As you can see, I was quite excited about this. And we're going to be on our final Zero mission, New Model Army. Pretty fun mission here.
What's happening, Zero?
I'm off to engage with destiny, good or bad.
What the hell are you talking about now?
The hour of judgment is upon me, and I must ask myself if I am a sheep or a goat. Carl, will you be my second? Here are some letters. I've left everything to you in case I don't make it. Please.
Already own it. What's wrong with you, man?
We are crossing the Rubicon. I am to engage in battle with Berkeley. At stake, honor and our very lives. It's funny. I've never noticed before how beautiful this time of year can be. I may never again see Rome in the springtime. A butterfly.
Come on with all the talking, man. Is you gonna battle Berkeley or what?
It's a fight to the death. Come hither. Behold, no man's land.
Man, y'all take this shit seriously.
Berkeley's headquarters is across no man's land. I'll drive the bandit, you fly the goblin, and help any way you can. If I get the bandit into Berkeley's base, he must leave San Fierro for good. Let battle commence!
Okay, you see I did a jump cut there. Actually, I accidentally faded it in even though I shouldn't have, but I did actually not really know how to do this mission the first time. But then I sort of figured out how to use this little magnet. The magnet, you're gonna be, see, Berkeley has to get, or not Berkeley, Zero has to get his RC car to the other side. and Berkeley is trying to block us with bandits, and he also has some tanks in his stock. So yeah, he has his own helicopter, we have ours. So what we gotta do is use our helicopter to get rid of the barrels and stuff that he is dropping. And you can actually sort of do stuff like this, which is cool. You can sort of knock him out of the way of whatever he's trying to do, wherever he's trying to drop it at, and delay him, which is good. So as you can see, he got across nicely. So we can pick up barrels with our magnet. We have like, I believe, 2 or 3 bandits we can put out, but after we use up all those, the mission's over. So you gotta
Get a plank from our base and make a bridge across that gap.
So you gotta make sure you can save as many RC cars as you can. I have to, and none of mine blew up in this mission. What you're supposed to do is get a plank and bridge the gap here, but over the water for the bandit. But if you do that, he's sort of gonna go straight into one of these upcoming tanks, and you don't want him to do that. The tanks won't shoot at you, I don't believe, unless you're too low to the ground. I'm not even sure if they'll even do it then. But all you gotta do is just drop a bomb straight on him. Well, like that. There's 4 tanks, I believe, in it. No, there might only be 3 tanks you gotta blow up. But so yeah, you're gonna want to try to blow up all those before you do this, just to be on the safe side and have this mission be way easier. You can also actually blow up Berkeley's helicopter. If you sort of get close to it and drop the bomb, you might blow yourself up too in the process, but you do actually have multiple helicopters as well as bandits. So, pretty fun mission here. I kind of like the whole concept. It's in this little area. It's like a filming studio, possibly. I'm not exactly sure this area is. I didn't see what it said or what Zero said because I didn't pay any attention, but yeah, pretty generous time limit. You get like 8 minutes to do all this. Although I did kind of cut it close at some points because of my shitty flying. And I believe I actually had only like a minute or so left to spare, even though I knew exactly what I was doing. Well, I knew exactly what I was doing, I just didn't really fly very well. So, yeah. And also I probably had this done way faster if I destroyed the helicopter, because the helicopter is the thing that's dropping all the barrels along the pathway. So if you get rid of the helicopter, you won't have to deal with any more barrels than what's already there. So it makes the mission a bit easier. But flying helicopters, you sort of just hold up on the arrow, or the up arrow key, and as you can see, the barrels are just randomly being placed there, like stacked on each other for some reason. Hold up on the arrow key and the helicopter sort of tilts forward. That's their main way of going a bit fast and getting speed. W ascends, S descends. You can sort of turn with A and D. Q and E is how you mainly want to turn though, because you can just completely change your angles. Not too hard flying a helicopter, really. Much easier in my opinion than a airplane. Although airplanes are pretty easy too once you learn them. I don't remember. I believe you just press the left control button to use one of your to use your magnet, something like that. Left mouse button, left control, whatever. What did I fucking? How did I do that? There you go. So yeah, pretty much it's just sort of an RTS type thing. Well, it's not really an RTS. In fact, it's the farthest from an RTS. It's just, I mean, it's sort of what it reminds me of, just if you actually played the part of getting the shit. Yeah, and I did stupid shit like that. Did I really just drop it down? I could have sworn maybe it was on my first attempt where I actually managed to do it like that and it worked. But that was the attempt where I reset. So just do it the safe way like this. As long as you kind of just place it in the general right spot, it'll snap to where it's supposed to go. Yeah, I was going to try to scout ahead for any barrels. Doesn't look like Berkeley was really putting any in that stretch though. So I decided to go ahead and get this one out of the way. I believe there's only like 2 gaps that you really need to bridge with the planks. Other than that, it's pretty much just picking up barrels. And as long as you just try to put it away somewhere a little far away from the path, Zero will be able to navigate around it. As you can see, there's a shit ton of barrels here. The AI just didn't. I guess the AI just fucking sucked. And it tried to just set a bunch of barrels down. There's 0 finally. As you can see, 2.5 minutes. You can actually sort of pick them up and then let 0 go under, and then just then just put it back down where you found it. If you want to do it that way. There's another gap to bridge. Pretty straightforward from here.
Get me a plank to cross that river.
As long as you control the helicopter pretty smoothly, this mission should not be too hard. There might be one more plank to do. No, wait, that's the last one. Is it? Yeah, that's the last one.
Carl, I need a bridge now.
Smooth like silk. Alright, get this barrel up here. Yeah, I'm running out of commentary at this point. I'm just trying to like not keep dead air going. That barrel sort of, some of these barrels will like glitch into the ground, which is I guess just because of the weird geometry of the landscape. Kind of funny though.
There's another cursed barrel in the way.
Cursed. I don't know if the AI would actually drive around that barrel or not, but I decided, and I knocked the goblin away for extra effect, and there you go. With only 45 seconds to spare, we have passed New Model Army.
Berkeley, you, sir, are a loser. Leave the field of battle in shame, pack up your crummy mail-order business, and get out of my town! Carl, you are all a duelist like me could want in a second. Sir, I salute you.
Alright, asset acquired. We now have Zero's RC shop as a money source. Generate a revenue maximum of 5,000. Yeah, so that's another asset we can collect regularly. $7,000. I got one of these courier phone calls. So that's gonna be it for this episode of San Andreas. Tune in next time where we continue on with the main story, do more missions. See you then.